Welcome back to Nick's Bricks. I'm Nick, and today we're reviewing set number 7773, Tiger Shark Attack from LEGO's Aquaraiders 2. Containing 325 pieces, Tiger Shark Attack takes the 5th of 7 ranks on our series partometer and is a return to form that our last two set reviews strayed from, with a set featuring divers and equipment, terrain and treasure, an awesome submersible, and an apex predator. Of course, when I say an apex predator, I mean the apex predator, as the set delivers the only shark of the series, and it does not disappoint. Let's begin with a look at our brave divers. The set includes 2 returning divers brave enough to venture into the shark-infested waters of the shallows. Edward Teach returns, last being seen in Angler Ambush, and William Kidd from Deep Sea Treasure Hunter. Both Aquaraiders are in full scuba gear with flippers. With the high level of danger in the area, the Aquaraiders have elected to forgo an Aqua pack, instead choosing to deploy the spear cannon. The heavy spear cannon is stationary, being held up by a 4-legged mount, and pivots and rotates to aim. The weapon is operated by a pair of handlebars at the rear, and the body of the spear cannon is made from LEGO's space gun element, oriented with a scope underneath. The scope holds a yellow 1x1 round brick, which I interpret as a pressurized canister that discharges to propel the spear through the water when fired. Speaking of which, protruding from the barrel is the spear. The cannon looks to be a single-shot muzzle loader, and the set does not include any additional spears for reloading. The spear cannon will be deployed at the seafloor, so let's have a look at the terrain build. The peripheral terrain build skips the series signature transgreen seaweed element, instead using 2 flexible rubber bionicle spines in dark green. I like this alternative as the curved shapes give the impression there's a strong undercurrent pushing the seaweed around and making for another obstacle for the Aquaraiders to overcome in this already treacherous environment. The treasures Edward Teach and William Kidd are here to collect are a plate in LEGO's metallic gold and 3 jewels, an aquamarine, emerald, and morganite. A smaller cache than that of the shipwreck, but still a handsome prize. With the divers ready and the spear cannon deployed, let's have a look at the submersible. The submersible of Tiger Shark Attack is the Aqua Lance. The Aquaraiders must cutthroat vessel. Exceeding in offensive and defensive weaponry, and the fastest craft in the fleet, the Aqua Lance is the most well-balanced submersible of the series. Beginning at the stern, the rudder is made from a trapezoid flag and interestingly clips to a hammer element to connect to the hull. Centered at the rear of the sub is a Technic block element which serves as a hydrojet system, the primary source of the Aqua Lance's propulsion. Water is pulled into 3 intake grates, 2 at the sides and 1 extending over the cockpit, and the collected fluid feeds into an impeller which then expels the water at high velocity through dual nozzles at the rear. Its powerful propulsion system makes the Aqua Lance the fastest vessel in the Aquaraiders fleet. At the far sides are rim-driven propellers. While the hydrojet system is used for speed, the side propellers are used more for precise positioning and coasting at lower speeds. The propellers pivot at their bases, the same as we saw on Sub 76. The final details of the stern are the communications antenna, which connects at the port side of the hydrojet, and 2 set-exclusive printed 1x4 tiles showing caution stripes and metallic silver hoses. Below the hydrojet's centered intake grate is the midship cockpit. Covered by a curved windshield in trans brown, the canopy and intake grate pivot upward to reveal the interior. The features of the cockpit are a brick-built seat and 2 levers forming the controls. The same printed 1x2 tile showing gauges and buttons featured in Sub 76 returns and connects on a bar handle plate and battle droid arms, allowing it to lower into position once the pilot is in place. The instructions don't give us precise direction on who is piloting the Aqua Lance, and with both Edward and William in full scuba gear, it comes down to builder's choice, though whoever does helm the Lance will need to stow their flippers. The fact that both Aquaraiders are equipped with sub-gear makes me think the Aqua Lance may have a cockpit flood and drain feature. With the vessel moored, the pilot engages the cockpit flood, allowing water into the cabin from designated channels. Once the interior is filled and the pressure balanced with the exterior, the canopy opens and the pilot may exit. Returning to the exterior, 2 mounted spear guns are positioned on either side of the cockpit and operate the same as we've seen previously. Just ahead are the Aqua Lance's wings. Each wing features a 2x2 yellow printed tile showing the Aquaraiders Trident logo, a rare piece featured in only one other set. The wings pivot at their bases, allowing increased maneuverability. Centered at the bow is the primary weapon of the Aqua Lance, the torpedo. Made from Lego's launcher and projectile arrow, the spring-loaded play feature brings a high-caliber armament to the sleek and quick submersible. Below the wings are 2 tridents held in place by dual Technic axle connectors. At the base of the tridents, pearl silver hoses run to canisters mounted just ahead of the rim-driven propellers. Naturally, there are different interpretations for this setup, including lances for ramming or additional projectiles, but allow me to speculate. The tridents are stationary and indeed razor sharp. The canisters are actually power cells, and the hoses carry an electric current to the metal tridents, electrifying them. The electricity is consistent, and when activated, occasionally arcs between the forks, with the intensity being adjusted by the pilot. If the local wildlife charges the unfamiliar Aqua Lance and makes contact with either trident, they're zapped by the electrical charge. These are the only trident pieces included in the series, so it stands to reason that the Aquaraiders Trident logo is derived from the Aqua Lance, increasing its significance to the theme. With the ionized tridents making an effective defense, the torpedo providing a powerful offense, and the hydrojet system supplying unmatched speed, the Aqua Lance is the enforcer of the Aquaraiders fleet and a symbol of their powerful presence in the Aqua Zone. With the Aqua Lance on patrol and the spear cannon armed, let's have a look at the apex predator of these waters. The most feared predator in the ocean is the shark. While not the mindless eating machines they were once thought to be, the aquatic carnivores have evolved into the ultimate hunters of the sea. Beginning at the rear, the tail fins are made from Lego's tail shuttle elements positioned opposite each other. The bottom fin is held by a pair of stationary snap joints which have been inverted to their counterparts, suspending the fin face down. Moving up the tail, we'll find the second dorsal and pelvic fins. The tail segment is built around an axle piece, which slides into 2 flexible rubber axle connectors. A small gap at the front allows space for the rubber connectors to flex and the tail to move slightly from side to side, giving the shark a swimming motion. Moving to the body, the iconic dorsal fin is made from a third shuttle element, same as the tail fins. At the sides, pectoral fins are held at a slight angle by snap joints and are placed over a series of 1x1 slopes, forming the gills. While the shark's natural inspiration has gills above and in front of the pectoral fins, I'll take gills in the wrong place over no gills at all. Moving on to the head, this section connects to the body by a ratchet joint, allowing slight pivot and full rotation. The top of the head is made from a curved windshield, which keeps the shark's aerodynamic shape and features printed details. The shark's, shall we call it face print, shows waves of scales glimmering in the light, 3 claw marks over the side of its snout, and the shark's black, soulless eyes. Eyes like a doll's eyes, until they roll over white, just before it bites. That leads us to the maw of the great carnivore. The bottom jaw pivots on clips and bars and opens to just under 90 degrees. The teeth are made from white barbs and held by red clips, the same build technique we saw on the angler. The shark is the apex predator of this area of the shallows, and the Aquaraiders need to be on their guard. One misstep by either crew member will result in the perfect hunter's deadly attack. So the shark is drawn to the unfamiliar scents of the Aquaraiders, and its territorial instincts say to engage the new potential threats. While Edward Teach collects the treasures with a spear cannon nearby, the shark charges. William Kidd, overseeing Edward from the Aqua Lance, unleashes the torpedo, but the agile shark manages to dodge the projectile and sets its sights on the lance. As the shark closes in, it takes a bite at the Aqua Lance, chomping down on the electrified trident, and the trident bites back with enough charge to disengage the shark. While the lance will need repairs, the crew is safe, the treasure is collected, and the shark lives to feed another day. Join us for our next review of the Aquaraiders 2 series, Crab Crusher. The set features what many fans believe is LEGO's most accurate and true-to-life submarine build. It also includes the second crustacean build of the series, so stay tuned. Until then, this has been Nick with Nick's Bricks. Thank you for watching, and remember, build, disassemble, repeat.